What's good, you guys, and welcome back to Paradise Springs. I'm J-Rod's Builds, and today's episode, it's all about fixing our industry area and fixing our happiness. I want you guys to keep in mind how this explodes our economy and really changes our city. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys for always tuning in, for all the love. Let's get into it. We're finally back. We're ready to buy a couple different things. And right now, we just want to try to invest in something that's going to generate more money so we can have a lot more to spend on upgrading the city. Okay, so I'm thinking our best plan of action is going to be exporting crops of different types. So let's just say cotton, vegetables, and grain. I think if we can focus on exporting those three things and maybe making some forestry as well, I think we can make a very lucrative industry area that could probably make us a lot more money per hour. So I think that's what we're gonna expand out into. Expand out into this area. It also gives us an opportunity to build low density residential as well. So we're gonna take our tile tool. Oh, actually we just hit Great Town, which means we get a little money influx. We get some more development points and we get 12 expansion permits. But more importantly, we also unlock high density commercial, meaning we're gonna go back in here, gonna take our commercial, go to high density business, and we're gonna upzone some of these areas into high density business instead. Just gonna upgrade a couple of these and that should be fine for now. All right, now let's expand into our industrial area. We could probably buy both of these. That could possibly be pretty good because then we could expand out our forestry and our to our fertile land area. So I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna buy both of these. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and continue our little area. Energy. This does not need to be perfect. I want this to be a very organic area. So I'm fine with a lot of curved roads and for things just to look just like they just were built over time, not built just quickly. All right, and this is going to be forestry. Actually, I think I'm gonna make both of these forestry on the edges, and then we're gonna continue our crops in the middle. So let's go ahead and place down our trees. So how we're gonna do it is we're gonna take just cool oak tree. We're gonna do different ages. So take this, we're gonna do 100%. We're gonna do a really small brush size. So maybe like 40%, maybe smaller than that, maybe 20%. We're just gonna brush it along here, kind of in a general shape. Now we do this because with forestry areas, they actually take into consideration the age of the tree. So you don't want to put all of the same age trees in the same area. We're just going to continue the same pattern over and over and over again. All right, and I think that looks great. Now we'll just plop our forestry area, probably about here. And luckily this fits pretty perfect. All right, there is a forestry area. Looks very cool. Something I am going to try actually with our economy is I'm going to try to tax the industrial area more. We're going to try to bring up the taxes on our industrial areas such as our metal ore, and our coal. That way we can generate more money that way through taxation. All right, and then now we're gonna do the same thing for this hut. But first I wanna remove all the trees in this area first. All right, then we'll add another forestry zone and format it to the area. Actually, we're gonna move it over just a little bit, just so we can get the whole area instead of just like a portion of it. Cool. Now we got 2 brand new forestry areas that are gonna make us some money. We're also gonna increase the taxation on those. We're gonna increase it all the way to 20%. All right, now we'll go in and add our specialized industry for our textiles and for our vegetables. All right, we're gonna put a carrot farm or a vegetable farm along here with it. All right, so got our production. Production's going great. Have a lot of wood, a lot of vegetables, a lot of cotton. I think we're just gonna keep going. Before I do that, I actually want to put down our signature building, the dairy house, which is going to give us 2% industrial efficiency citywide and 2% export profits. So right now we're making 10 grand. You put this down, cool a dairy house in the middle of all our farms. This just gives us another just feel of realism to the city. I love it. And I think we should start adding a little bit of residential. Let's say a little bit, just a little bit. Just little small homes over here. Alright, since we don't have too crazy of a production surplus on grain, we're gonna go ahead and make this next one a grain farm. Look at that. We're already back up to $1 million already. Just steady going up. I'm sure you guys can imagine what we're leaving the 2 spaces for. If you guys didn't watch my farming video, it's so that we can add in trees between the 2 little spaces. All right, we'll add in a little bit more residential to this area. All right, now we'll add in our trees. All right, we have successfully expanded upon our farm system, and it looks just like the other rest of it. And we also added 2 new forestry areas, and we've also added just a couple farms in as well. And our new dairy house, which takes vegetables and livestock and turns it into food. We're gonna make this a district. Grab all the way to the edge of the map. Looks like we have finally gotten to the point to where we need more water. So we're gonna do an extra pump. See if that fixed the problem. Yes, it does. Now we're making 10,000 an hour, which is excellent. All right, guys, so now that we have fixed our economy, the next big thing on our list is to fix our happiness, because as you guys can see, our citizens aren't the happiest people in the world. So to fix that, we're gonna have to do probably just these things on the list. First thing, unreliable mail service. So let's go to mail, which hopefully I can find it on the first try. It's under communications. We can create a small post office or a regular size post office to facilitate our needs. Even though there is a lot of area this thing is gonna have to cover, but it's just gonna have to work. We're not gonna make some huge, massive post office right now, such as the post sorting facility. Now, key with this is we want to put this somewhere close to a highway system because we don't want it to generate too much traffic for us. A lovely spot would have been like maybe like somewhere around here would have been great, but I don't think we have the space for it. I don't want to just place it right here next to these guys, but what we could do is we could put it in this area, since we already have a bunch of traffic happening over here anyway, and this already is an office area for the most part. We can add this in, and this can just be another cool little office to add to this area, and it'll handle all of our post needs. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna delete that. We're gonna go back in here, and we're gonna place our post office right here. Because it handles local incoming and outgoing mail, we don't want it to be too close to the rest of our resident. It's close enough to a residential to where it can deliver, but not too close to where it's causing more traffic for us. And now that we have that, now we can make mailboxes. Now these mailboxes is where people will deliver their mail to. We're gonna make sure these neighborhoods over here have good post office coverage. Now, the more rural the location, the more spread out the post offices are going to be. Now, you probably won't see the benefits of this to the end of the episode, but for right now, this works. Yep. Now this building is putting out our little mail trucks. These mail trucks will go deliver and pick up mail all over the city and deliver it to our residents. And that should take care of the happiness meter on that. So hopefully we see it happen that way. Oh, we see a little cool little mail truck too, going in and out. Actually, let's follow that. I'm curious where it goes. Just out of curiosity as to where it goes. It's going to the cargo harbor. Interesting. Let's follow one of our little mail trucks and see what it does. I just want to see where it goes. Also gives us a little city tour. Look at this. It's cool. It's going to our inner city, more so like our downtown area. Why I hit the brake so hard, I have no idea. It's pretty smooth going through traffic in our new infrastructure. Cool. Dropped off its first package of mail, and now it's going back to collect Very cool. All right. And as you see, our happiness is becoming better and better. Now, next up is a lack of entertainment. Now, entertainment comes from a couple different things. But basically in this game, entertainment means parks and recreation. Now, a big important thing in this game is to have not only parks, but a variety of parks. So we're actually going to use some of our development points. We're going to go into parks. We're going to go get sports parks. We're also going to get large sports parks as well. I think we're going to hold off on tourist attractions because we absolutely don't need them right now, but tourist attractions would be something later on. Yeah, I mean, obviously our parks are a pretty big problem. We only have this small park over here that's generating some form of entertainment. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna give ourselves some parks. So first of all, some tennis courts. We can put one right behind our elementary school. Very cool. Let's see what that does for us. That gives us some coverage. I want to do like a really big soccer field, to be honest with you, or like a community pool. Now, where I'm going to put it, I don't know, but I want to make one. I could put it like right here, and I think that would be an awesome spot to put a community pool. So let's place one. I remember back where I live, there's a huge community pool like this where I live. We just evicted a bunch of people, but I mean, it's for a great reason. And we got a massive community pool now in this area. That's pretty awesome. Kind of just gives our community just something else to do. Let's check our coverage. Coverage is doing better and better. Let's give these guys back here maybe like a tiny city park, or a dog park would be nice. We're gonna give them a dog park right here. We're trying to evict as least people as possible. So we're actually gonna just put it right here. Boom, look at that dog park. It's giving us some more coverage. We have a little area here, so we're gonna give ourselves a large playground. I think right here. We're also gonna put one back here. Very nice. Let's look at our happiness. Things are getting better and better. Our parks and attractions. Still need to give ourselves more parks because I mean that just isn't enough. Let's give ourselves a basketball court over here. Even have space for a large park here, so let's do maybe this hedge park right here. Very cool. Then we need something on this side, which we could do a pretty big park right here. Oh man, that fits perfect. That gives us a really big park right here at the front of this residence. Also need to give ourselves another big park over here. I would love to do this passage park, but actually we can make something unique here. Let's make a small road that comes out. We're gonna take our passage park. We're gonna do this right here. Very cool. That gives us a cool little park. That's just different. And we could include like some small parks, like a little dog park over here. And a small playground over here. Fit in a cool little skate park back here. And that covers our leisure and entertainment. Now we have a big piece of that. But because we added so many parks, actually, I do want to add a couple over here as well. Maybe like a basketball court or two for my guys over here. Maybe nothing too extravagant. Maybe just a dog park, actually. Sorry, guys. Let's look at our leisure now. Our leisure is doing so much better. Look at all these parks and places for people to go, just to go and have fun, have entertainment. And look at our happiness. We now have an abundance of entertainment, and we have a reliable mail service. Next big thing on here is internet service and unreliable health coverage. Look at that. We're actually in the green. We're not just in the green, we're in the big green. People are very, very happy with us now. That's awesome. I actually do want to use some of our research points to unlock our telecom tower just to see what it looks like. And maybe our server farm. Let's check how much each of these costs. So our server farm is 200,000, is a 2 kilometer range and a 30,000 gigabit network capacity, whereas our telecom tower has a 5 kilometer range and a 20,000 network capacity. The telecom tower costs less. The noise pollution is medium, but it's not bad. I think we'll probably go the telecom tower route. Even though it's less network capacity, it does just extend out range-wise further out, which may be more important. So let's unlock it. We may not place it, but I at least want to see what it looks like. And the coverage would give us yellowish green around the whole city, which would be ideal, honestly. Now where to place it, I'm not sure. Maybe somewhere out here or somewhere out here-ish, so that it isn't too loud for the residents who live over here, and it doesn't bother these guys too much either. Maybe create some sound barriers on the highway, but possibly right here for now would work. And that gives us pretty decent coverage across the whole city. Isn't the best network, ain't the best internet, but it works. I'll tell you that. Also, let's just check our money. Oh, and look at that. Because people are more happy, look how much money they are bringing in now. They're bringing in $25,000 a week. It's pretty crazy right now. It's pretty crazy. So we're going to make them even happier. We're going to give ourselves a telecom tower to take care of the unreliable internet service. So first, let's create the road. Because we don't have that space yet, we're just going to do one of these. Perfect. I do want to check the noise pollution on this, just to make sure it isn't abysmal. We aren't completely deafening our people over here. No, looks like they're fine. They're pretty fine. Cool. And that is our radio mass. That should give us pretty decent coverage. Look at that. Now we have a reliable internet service. So far this episode, we've already given ourselves a reliable mail service, an abundance of entertainment, given ourselves wealth, and given ourselves a reliable internet service. So we're actually doing absolutely amazing. High noise pollution is another thing, and unreliable health coverage is the last thing on the list. Now, for high noise pollution, I'm not sure what we can do for that, because I'm not exactly sure what's causing it. It could be these farms, these people who live right next to these farms. That's what I'm thinking. Are the people who are complaining that it's kind of like loud? From what I can see, that looks to be the case, to be honest with you. Because these people really aren't too bothered by the highway. It's loud, but it's not too loud. What we could do is add on some sound barriers on this side and see what it does. See if that gives us a little bit quieter of an area, just out of curiosity. You know, maybe minor adjustments, like it might be a little bit scaled back, but nothing too crazy, honestly, to where I'm like super impressed by what we just did. If you don't think it's a waste, but I definitely don't think it's a necessity to include too much of that, but some of it definitely helps. Look at that. Now we're making 33,000 an hour. So we're going absolutely crazy on making funds now. We're in an absolute abundance of funds. So noise pollution, sorry guys, we aren't going to be able to do too much for that. And unreliable health coverage is our next thing. Now, what we do have this medical clinic here. That is pretty decent, not gonna lie. And we have a small health clinic here that is, like we just said, decent. They aren't the best, I'm not gonna lie. And that is it for today. As you guys can see at the end, we have completely changed some of our industry. We've added a lot more forestry, and all in all have done wonders for this, and also really changed our economy, giving ourselves so much more money to work with for future episodes. In our next episode, we're going to be working on a transit system. But if you stay to the end, I love you guys. Leave a like, subscribe. We got so much more coming. Thank you guys. See you later.